started this gangster shit. Mr. Motherfucker, thanks I get. Hello. I started this gangster shit. And this the motherfucker, thanks I get.
Hey, if you're enjoying this content but haven't yet subscribed, please take a minute to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you. Hey, what do you say? It's Comic Artist Pro Secrets. My name is Ethan Van Sciver, 26-year veteran of this declining, wackadoo comic book industry. I'm telling you, it's getting worse and worse. World's most charming, elegant, eloquent, and yet humble man. Great big Star Wars fan, trusted member of the media. So I was working, and I didn't want to make a video today. I wanted to actually take a little break from videos so I can finish my comic book. But I gotta because events go on in the world. I saw this post from Mark WAID. It said, he is your boy Zach, aka Richard C. Meyer, formerly of Diversity in Comics, now Comics Matter with your boy Zach and Luna, great comic book criticism channel you should check out. He hasn't simply wasted people's money. This whole thing has removed almost $250,000 from the comics economy. Money that would have been spent at comic shops, instead rerouted to lawyers. Next time Comicsgate points fingers at pros and companies for stores shutting down, ask them how many stores could have been saved with $250,000. Well, probably not too many actually, Mark. But what is Mark even talking about here? Mark finds himself embroiled in a very serious lawsuit in which he is the defendant. Mark WAID is being sued by Richard C. Meyer for tortious interference and defamation. Mark WAID went around calling Richard C. Meyer a white supremacist, even though Richard C. Meyer has children of color. Children of color, COC. No, we won't call them that. Mark WAID called him a white supremacist, and then he said, well, white supremacy is a broad spectrum. It's a broad spectrum. Meaning that it doesn't just necessarily mean, I guess, anymore that you think white people are better or superior in some way to other people. It must mean something else now. It must just mean people that, we don't like. People who vote differently than us are now suddenly white supremacists. And again, tortious interference because Mark WAID, among others, Mark WAID leading this underground weirdo mafia within the declining comic book industry, actually set forth to crush an opportunity that Richard C. Meyer had to publish his comic book Jawbreakers with Antarctic Press. Now, Richard was challenged as a critic. Hey, if you want to talk all this gibberish about us not being very good at our jobs, us ruining comics, why don't you make your own comic book and see how well it does? Chortle. Richard C. Meyer went out and he said, I will. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take G.I. Joe, and I'm going to mix them with superheroes, and I'm going to create a book called Jawbreakers, and I'm going to fund it on Indiegogo. Boom. And it did raise $404,000, and the entire SJW comic book quote-unquote community literally crapped their pants in unison. Okay? All at once. Now, their next struggle was, we got to make it so that he doesn't get his comic book published. If he gets his comic book published, that's vindication for him. We can't. So they found out that he was getting, he had a contract with Antarctic Press. Mark WAID, in the dead of night, calls up the publisher of Antarctic Press and basically says, there's a roaring hate mob after your company, and I can stop them. I can stop them if you'll just not publish Jawbreakers. Don't publish it, otherwise I can't promise you your company's going to be safe from these howling blue-haired soy boy weirdos and land whales. I can't promise you what'll happen to your company. And basically scared the holy hell out of Ben and Joe Dunn of Antarctic Press. They called Richard the next day. No, 15 minutes later, I believe it was, and said, I'm sorry, we can't publish your book. We can't. I've never been on the receiving end of such lunacy. I can't do it. And effectively ended this opportunity for Richard. Now, this is called tortious interference. You're not allowed to do this. One disinterested party, meaning somebody who has nothing to do with the company, with the deal, cannot call up a company or anyone and get in between a contract between two people. That is illegal. That is absolutely illegal. So, Richard C. Meyer decided to impose the real adult world on the man baby weirdo, hey, I'm a superhero, I hate bullies world of Mark Waid. Mark Waid has not responded to that well, and certainly he is so dumb that he left a paper trail proving that he not only got involved with destroying this contract, but he bragged about it, he intended to do it, he was fully aware of the contract, and he believed that he was responsible for causing the end of this contract. Thus, that's why he did a victory lap. Now, or he said, I'm going to do a victory lap, or some nonsense like, what a victory lap, please. You look like George Costanza, your stubby little legs. Now, look, Mark Waid, if you want to talk about this in terms of the money being spent on this lawsuit, there is no limit to the amount of money that comic skaters will raise to pay lawyers to make it so that the industry is safe for people like me and Zach and them to publish comic books without idiots like you coming in and interfering with their prospects. There's no limit to the amount of money. You know, multiply 250,000 times 10 times 100. We will raise that amount of money and spend it. And the fact that comic book stores and the comic book economy isn't getting this money is entirely your fault. Our freedom, our personal freedom to publish our comic books without the interference of dolts, of nerd bullies like you, coming in to stop us from doing so, from participating in this business, from participating in this hobby, there is no amount of money. There's no amount of money that is too great to make sure that that happens. So this lawsuit is vital. The fact that this lawsuit is happening and this money is going to lawyers instead of comic book stores like Alter Ego in Muncie, Indiana, is entirely your fault. You did this. You caused this. This decision that you took on to become the sheriff of comics and to threaten Antarctic Press, this hurt everyone. It hurt Zach. It hurt Comicsgate. It hurt the comic book industry. And most of all, and finally and ultimately, it's going to hurt you. You could have just sat back. You could have boycotted. You could have criticized the comic book when it came out and told people not to buy it, and this would have all been fair game. But instead, you're blaming the victim of your perfidy, the victim of your abuse, the victim of your bullying. And this isn't the first time, is it, Mark? This isn't the first time that you have acted in a bullying way and cost comic book stores a lot of money. Let's not forget the beautiful Shannon Hyde Pierce and her boyfriend Jason Outlaw. No, Shannon Hyde Pierce. That's David Hyde Pierce. Shannon Pierce Outlaw. I'm sorry. She was not on. She was not on Frasier. Shannon Pierce Outlaw and her boyfriend Jason Outlaw. They had a comic store called Alter Ego that I mentioned just a few seconds ago. Alter Ego decided to get into a partnership with Mark Waid and his girlfriend, and Mark Waid immediately moved to destroy their business. Shannon Pierce, this nice mixed race couple, she actually posted this earlier last year. She said, "Fuck Mark Waid," okay, in so many words. She actually did say that. This man got into business with us. He created a partnership for the comic book store that was never technically legalized. And when his POS, and that doesn't stand for part of the solution, girlfriend decided she wanted Jason gone, he sided with her, knowing it was wrong. When it got bad and we finally lawyered up, we were told, quote, "Do you have tens of thousands of dollars? Because he does, and he's going to drag this out in court. We can win, and we will. But that's what you're going to owe in fees. Can you cover that?" Because Mark can. I know his lawyer, and he's giddy at the prospect. Mark Waid, giddy at the prospect of destroying the business of this lovely mixed-race couple who had the unfortunate luck to come into contact with this absolute bonehead, this bully Mark Waid. She says, "We let the store go. 10 years of my best friend's life gone. 10 years of hard work, realizing a dream was ripped away from him. And to add insult to injury, he left that store with $150,000 in annual sales, $100,000 in product and fixtures. There's $250,000 right there that Mark Waid essentially ripped away from this guy. And Mark paid him less than $5,000 to shut his mouth and walk away." She says that was our reality. A rich, Mark's rich, recognized, Mark's recognized, wealthy white man, she's black, wanted more and took it, robbed the little guy, smeared his name, took his business, and then a year later broke up with his girlfriend and signed it all over to her like it never even happened. He ran, literally flew across the country and ran from his problems. He throws money around, or he runs and he hides. Does this sound familiar? Mark Waid wanted more, so he robbed the little guy. That's your boy Zach. Smeared his name as a white supremacist, for Christ's sake. Took his business, his book Jawbreakers, and then just ran away. Well, we're not going to let you run away. Comicsgate has more than enough money to fill the coffers of your boy Zach's GoFundMe for his legal war chest, as it were. I started it. I set it up. So far, we've raised $114,000 to see this all the way through. And I'm sorry the comic book stores have to suffer for what you've done, Mark Waid, again. But that's the way it has to be, because, again, you caused this. This is entirely your doing. Now, you asked for more money for your GoFundMe. You haven't received a donation, not $1 today. And in the meantime, you know, we're up $2,000 in the last 3 days. Why? Because our cause is just. Why? Because people will not accept what you've done. People will not accept the idea that Mark Waid gets to choose who gets to make comics and who doesn't get to make comics. Antarctic Press, low on funds, doesn't have the money, is paying $70,000 out of their own pocket a year just to keep the doors open, hopes that they can get into business with the successful Richard C. Meyer, have his audience, his built-in audience, to come buy comic books, and no, you stomped on them as well. You stomp on everyone, Mark Waid, for that dopamine hit. That dopamine hit. That social media dopamine hit. I'm telling you, these people are absolute melt brains, these weirdos on social media. All they want is the plaudits, the likes, you know, just the hey, way to go. What do they say? I'm an old man, way to go. Of people on social media, and for that they will ruin other people's lives and eventually their own. And unfortunately, that's what's got to happen here. This is the way this is going to end up, and it's good. So I'm going to put the link if you'd like to donate to your boy Zach's GoFundMe to stop this idiot from ever doing this again, to punish him for ruining your boy Zach's opportunity to publish his comic book, for ruining Antarctic Press's opportunity to finally be in a profitable business situation, partnership with Richard C. Meyer. Donate to this link. It'll be in the description below. Thank you guys for listening. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Ring the bell for notifications. Hit like on this video. Share this video. Make this public. Talk about this. People need to know. People need to understand and recognize the pattern of abuse of this man, this nerd bully, this monster needs to be put a stop to, and we're going to do it in every legal way possible. We're going to make sure that he's punished for this. All right, thanks everyone. Talk to you again later. Bye. Hey, I got a P.O. box. Want to send me some mail? Send it to Ethan Van Sciver, P.O. Box 607, Marlton, New Jersey 08053. And I'll probably open it up on the live stream. Thanks very much, everyone. Hey, you want to follow me on Twitter? Are you sure? Well, if so, I'm at Ethan Van Sciver. That's at Ethan Van Sciver. See you there. Hello, potential Indiegogo backers. Hello, friends. My name is Ethan Van Sciver. I'm a comic book creator who worked for 20 years for Marvel and DC Comics on books like Green Lantern, Flash, Superman, Batman, and X-Men. But before that, I had a comic book called Cyberfrog. Now, Cyberfrog lasted from 1993 to 1998, and then it stopped when I went to go work for DC Comics. Now I want to tell the story of where Cyberfrog has been for the last 20 years. I want to write, pencil, ink a book called Cyberfrog Blood Honey that tells the story of gigantic alien hornets that come to Earth and conquer it, sending Cyberfrog into deep hibernation, where he emerges now in the year 2018 into a completely alternate reality, a new world where these hornets have taken over, devastated humanity, using human skin to make gigantic wasp hives, and harvesting human blood to make honey to feed their young. Very few humans still exist. But it's up to Cyberfrog to save what's left of humanity and turn back the damage that's been done by these wasps with his brother Salamandroid and his friend Heather Swain. I want you to help me do this. We're going to get colors by Kyle Ritter. He's a fantastic colorist, and he's going to make this book sing. I'd like this to be a 48-page one-shot prestige format, part 1 of 4. So I'm asking you to help me launch the very first Cyberfrog Blood Honey epic graphic novel. Are you in? Will you help me? I hope so. Let's get this frog jumping again. If you enjoyed this video and want to become part of this community, subscribe to this channel by clicking the Laughing Man face logo right on your screen. Ring the bell for notifications as well. You'll never miss a live chat. And stay tuned, another video by Comic Artist Pro Secrets is coming right up.